While I was in Miami, I had 29 people sign contracts. Just because, it's important. It is very important. And I was telling other people that I work with, hey, listen, whatever your deal is, whatever your understanding is, especially people that are in groups. I've seen so many groups disband because of disputes. And it's only when the money is here that people dispute. When everybody's poor, everybody's happy to be poor together. But soon as there's $1 million to share, listen, if I get $1 million and I have to pay you $500K, it hurts. It's just like taxes. It hurts. So if I get $1 million, I had the conversation with Lil Mauro. I tell Lil Mauro, yo, bro, I send you a contract to sign. And he was like, bro, me? I was like, bro, if I make $1 million on a track we did together, and this track is part of an exchange deal where you supposed to get 0%, because in exchange of that song, I did that track for you for free. So we are square. But if my tracks make $1 million, how much do you believe that I'm supposed to give you? And he told me, knowing you, I know I don't even need to ask you, you would give me 500. And I was like, you see, you're wrong. Because I might want to take my $1 million, invest it somewhere where I'm going to create 10 million. Or I might take my $1 million, invest it in a house. If I have $1 million and we have a deal, I don't even have to give you $1. Or I might want to tell you, hey, bro, listen, I made $1 million. I'm good. Once I paid my taxes, I have like 800K left or 700K left. I'm giving you 100K because you made me a ton of money. Thanks, bro. And you might either be like, oh my God, 100K, nice. Or you might be 100K when he made $1 million? Wow, I thought he was my friend. No, this is what we said in the deal. I can make 100 million. There's nothing in the deal that says I have to think about you. Unless our deal is 50-50. So no, if you made $1 million, I wouldn't ask you for anything. Nothing. I wouldn't ask you for anything. That's your money. You made it. I'm happy. I produce tracks for friends that they told me, hey, Kay, I'm giving you 10,000 today to produce this album for me. But I'm paying you flat fee, meaning that once I start selling my CDs, I don't owe you nothing. And I was like, no problem. It was a small group that nobody knew, 4 girls, nothing special. Turns out, it ends up being Lede's album. And they get signed to a big company. And me and my friend, we already have a deal in place. It's not signed on paper, but he's my brother. I know that I got paid my 15K to do the project, and now they are signing their deal with a big record company. And they probably made from that album $1 million or $2 million. And I never came to say, bro, where are my 10% for the production and everything I did and the writing, etc. Can I have 200 or 300K? It never crossed my mind to think about that. I've always been happy for my brother who produced that. And I receive a ton of money myself from my publishing. But I could also made a double of that money by asking directly to the big record company a compensation for my work. But I never did. You know what? Because my word is important. That's how I was raised. If I said, give me 15K and we good, I take my 15K and we good. In the last 15 years, I never told a guy, hey, do this. And the music video is on my YouTube channel. It's been generating money. Probably 20 million views. He never came to me and told me, you need to remove the video from YouTube channel and you need to pay me the money you're making from the YouTube channel. Because back in the days, I was the only one that had a YouTube channel. That's why some artists have their video on my YouTube channels, because I had 100,000 subscribers way before everybody. And our word is bond. Our word is a contract. That's how we live it. But because that's the way we think, doesn't mean that other people will think this way. That's why when I asked Lil Maro, hey, do you believe that if I make $1 million from a song that I own 100%, than I did with you in an exchange, do you believe I owe you something? He replied to me, oh, I don't need to, I know you will give me half of it. I was like, you see, you're wrong. I will give you what's in the contract, my brother. And your answer was an emotional answer, when my answer was a business answer. I might give you something because I want to, and if I give you 100K because I believe that you deserve them, you might feel pissed off in your heart that in reality you thought I would have give you 500K. And that's why I need you to sign that contract. Sign everything, my friends. Sign everything. Kaysha Media, what up? Matt Music, what up? Congrats on finally releasing that song after 1,000 years of waiting. Urban Sweet Spot, what up? Stefan, great explanation. Thank you so much. Respect, it's a heavy conversation. Oh yeah, heavy as heavy. Some people get finicky when contracts are mentioned. Yeah, for some reason. When actually that's the base of a good business. Respect is saying, so you will pay her 50% forever from now on? Oh no, listen. I've been paying her 50% of that music video. It's a specific video that we have on my YouTube channel, and I pay 50% from the beginning. So I paid, the last time I paid was in 2012. Then I paid again in 2017, I believe. And now it's been almost 10 years. And yeah, I pay every now and then. Mountain of Inspiration, what up, cousin? I hope you're doing good. J Foreign, random question. How did you meet guys like Top One, Alfela, DJ Jacob, DJ Mathieu? Top One, we were on the same label at Sony, and he was part of a group called Les Jeunes Premiers. Anofela, I think I met him in a studio with Tia. They were coming from a city called Amiens. DJ Jacob, DJ Mathieu, I met him in the club where he was working, and DJ Jacob, I met him in Ivory Coast. There you go. Il a porté les lunettes de la... Non. Les voilà. J'ai beaucoup de paires. Let's do a listening party. Oh, pop. If you want to do a listening party, you have to do a listening party on your YouTube channel, because I don't want my channel to be flagged because I'm playing your music that is copyrighted by you, unless you whitelist my YouTube channel. See, business. That's important. That is very important. Damn, I thought I would speak about that subject for a few. Thanks. I thought it would be a quick conversation, but actually, it ended up being a long business conversation. So yeah, that's cool. It's important. Listen, and interestingly, me having this conversation with some of my friends who own products that they have to pay royalties to people, or they have business deals with other people. A lot of us in the Black community, we realize that people tend to not like to sign documents. And listen, every time I had issues with an artist, or somebody try to steal an artist from your label, a lot of the time, the first issue was that there was no contract. It was just like, yeah, we're friends, we're working together, and nothing. So that's when you start realizing you need contracts for everything. Listen, when I do a show, when you hire me to do a show, I have a contract that I wrote based on the thousands of shows I did in my life. I know exactly what I want. I know the risks. I know, etc. I know that, hey, I want, in my contract is simple. It's written who, where, when, then it's written to reserve the show for the dates to be in my calendar is going to cost you 50%. Then hotel, plane, etc., price of the show, of course. And then it says, before I step on stage, before I leave the hotel to go on stage, you either do a transference of the other 50%, or you bring it in cash at the hotel. Not at the club, at the hotel. So if somebody comes to me and say, oh no, don't worry, the money is there, I'm going to be like, well, you better go and fetch it. Oh, the club is half an hour away. I don't give a flying damn. It's not my problem. It's written here. It's important. I have a best friend who always borrow money from me, and I always make them sign loan contract. Yes. Listen, one day I gave 26,000 euros to a business partner, and he was supposed to give them back to me after a month. So it was really like there was a issue and he really needed to save a business, like whatever. So I sent him the money soon as he asked. I didn't ask for nothing. I was like, don't worry, we work together. I trust you. I know I'm gonna get my money. After 1 month, I start asking for my money, and he gave me 10% of my money. And I was like, no, because don't worry. So he gave me my money back eventually, but 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, and he only was done paying me after 10 months. This was during the subprime crisis. I could have taken that money and buy a whole apartment in Ocean Drive or Lincoln or Washington in Miami South Beach when everything was down. I could have invested that money instead of giving to that guy. And I was like, yo, next time somebody asks me for, first of all, don't ask me for shit because I don't like lending money, and I don't like asking for money. But if ever I do it again, listen, I need to have a signature here, initials here. You see the date? At that date, if you don't give me my money, those are the interests. At that date, those are the interests. At that date, those are the interests. At that date, that's when my lawyer calls you. We good? People. Trust people, but all business arrangements between adults must be done in writing and sealed with everyone's signature. Protect your interest. Yes, and yes.